Hi, my name is Shelby Twenter. I'm the crop insurance agent for the Marshall and Sedalia offices for FCS Financial. Today I'll be giving you a quick overview of the Breached Levee Statement and answering a few questions that we commonly get asked by producers. The first question: is the ground affected by the Breached Levee Statement still insurable? Yes, that ground is still insurable. The second question following up with that is, how much is that ground going to cost? RMA has assigned the highest risk rating in the county to the ground affected by the Breached Levee Statement, which in some cases could triple your premium, but I would obtain a quote from your crop insurance agent to determine how much that is going to cost. The next common question that we get is, if the levee is fixed or temporarily repaired, will RMA reduce the rating? If the levee is fixed or temporarily repaired before the latter of the sales closing date or the earliest planting date in the county, RMA will reduce the rating, pending a few stipulations. One, the levee has to be fixed to prior specifications. So it must meet the height, width, and slope specifications that the levee had before the breach. Two, the soil has to be returned to the growth potential it had before the breach. And three, it must be certified. Now, if it is an Army Corps levee, the Corps will forward that certification to RMA, and RMA will in return update that rating accordingly. If it is a private levee, a certification must be obtained by a professional engineer. That professional engineer must certify the repairs on that levee and provide a signed and sealed certification to the AIP or RMA. Now, if there are multiple producers behind that private levee, only one certification has to be provided. Now, you might be asking, what if the levee is fixed or temporarily repaired after the latter of the sales closing date or earliest planting date? We can submit a high-risk written agreement to RMA to request a reduced rating if that levee was repaired after the latter of the sales closing date or earliest planting date and before the crop was planted in that ground. There are a few other situations that we can submit a written agreement for. One being, if your ground is in the Breached Levee Statement but it was not flooded, you can submit a request to ask for a reduced rating. All of those requests are considered new and must be submitted before the acreage reporting date of July 15th. Thanks for listening, and as always, if you have any further questions, please contact your local crop insurance agent.